Hello, listeners. Welcome to Divine Invocations, and I'm with the Bhagavad Gita deck. So let's go ahead and read out the messages that we get for today, requesting the divine spirits present around us. I'll take the first card which fell. In fact, we already have a set of three cards. So this is the message that we'll read out today. The first card is of rebirth. The second card is maintaining balance. And the last card is sacrifice. So let us read out the verse from the Gita. It is from chapter 2, verse 27, which says, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityur dhruvam janma martasya cha tasmad apahri haryate natvam sochitam arhasi. I'm sorry. All right, let's understand the meaning. So, for one who is born, death is certain. For one who has died, birth is certain. Since you cannot avoid either fate, you should not lament. So, it is possible that there are experiences or movement of energies within you which is something negative or of the past. So, what is happening is it is affecting not just your growth, it is affecting your future lives. Because this card of rebirth is very symbolic, it shows how and what is actually the process. So, this is related to a story. So, we will talk about that in some time. But what I mean to tell you at this moment in time is understand the fact that there are many times we were born and we have died. So we were born many times, we have died many times. This is a unending cycle of life and death, birth and rebirth. So the past karmas, the actions that you've done in this lifetime is contributing to your growth, your spiritual evolution in this lifetime. So, irrespective of what you were in your previous lifetimes, what is important is how you are in this lifetime. The reason being, nobody's that much wanting to know what they were in their previous lifetime until unless somebody gives them a chance to experience that. But we are not moving, or we should not be moving too much into the illusion of understanding our evolution to the point when we retrace our steps back to our previous lives. Why? Because life is about movement, life is limited, the number of breaths we take is limited. So we need to value this moment. So, as Lord Krishna says, you have to value the now so that your future can be valued all the more and you become all the more pure from your heart. So there are things which might be worrying you, that could be your previous life's karmas or things which were affecting you has come back to haunt you again. It is possible that you have no clue of why there are certain behaviors or habits that you demonstrate you're not aware about. There are times when you don't know how you're moving into the realm of goodness, but you also understand that there are shadows within your mind which affects your mental growth. So this message is clear indicator that irrespective of whether we, like for example, I'll give an example. Like for example, if somebody shoots me at this moment, I'll be dead. So whatever I have accumulated in terms of the good karmas in my life will move on to the spiritual realms, will help me take another form. It could be an animal, it could be a human being. So the point is, irrespective of what happens to me in the future, what is important is how do I live this moment. So when you realize how you are living your moment, bit by bit, second by second, pieces by pieces, you will be able to collect something out of it. What you will collect is strength, stamina to understand your spiritual evolution, And in the process of doing it, all the negative karmas will be washed away. That includes relationship, people, experiences which were negative, not just in this life, in previous lives as well. So you will get to a point when there is a rebirth that will happen. So, if these moments have not come in your life in which you are realizing your spirit and the evolution of your spirit, understand that you might be able to tap or activate that sense of yours in which you are in touch with your spiritual realms. All right. Moving on to the next card is maintaining balance. Let's read out the verse from the Gita. It is from chapter 6, verse 16, which says, Nata yasya natas tu yogo sti na chaikantam anas nata na chatis vapna silasya jagrato neva jarjuna. So one can have no success in yoga if one eats too little. So understand that, sorry about that. So understand the simple fact that you cannot be successful if you sleep too much, or you deprive yourself of sleep, or if you eat too little. Because irrespective of what you're doing, you are creating a system within your body. Right from the time when you were born till the time you are there in that physical body of yours, you are creating a system. As you can see, the image represents Ardhanarishwar, which is half male and half female. So understand your physical body has the energy in the form of Shakti, which is Parvati, and the male form of the energy, which is Shiva. So when you strike a proper balance between who you are, who you want to be, what you were, and what you should be doing, you are able to strike a complete balance in the energy centers of not just your body, in your mind as well. So when you're able to do that, there'll be a flow of divine nectar. This flow is symbolic meaning of river Ganga. So you could see that divinity which is already present within us. All we have to do is move towards the right path. Now, the point is, what is the right path is a very big question. So, all we need to do is delve into our logic, understand it, but not chase our logic to the point when we move towards something which is negative manipulation, or manipulating our lives to, affect ourselves in a better way, becoming selfish, self centered, egocentric, and stuff like that. So, in the process of moving from the bad experiences, you are creating a situation of rebirth in your life. And when you do that, you will be able to strike a balance. But understand the fact that you have to maintain a proper diet. That means you do not skip meals, you take meals properly, you take proper sleep, don't sleep too much, or, excuse me, don't deprive of yourself of sleep. So that's the message. And the last message is sacrifice. Let's read out the verse. It is from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 3, verse 9. Yajnahar tat karmano niyatra lokayam karma bandhana tad artham karma konteya mukta sangha samachara. So this verse simply means any action that is not performed as a sacrifice to God is a source of bondage to the material world. Therefore, carry out your prescribed duties as a sacrifice, remaining unattached to the results. So, it is very nicely put in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna. You have to do your karmas. That's it. You don't have to worry about the effort that you are putting in, the results that you will get. There are reasons behind it, because when you are moving to create karmas in your mind, you are creating a great rhythm in your mind. And when you're doing it, there are times when you might get tested. So when you are getting tested, you have a confusion whether that's evil or God. Understand the simple fact that every act that you're doing, when it's a willful submission to God, you will receive the benefits of it today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, after 10 years, probably after next life, next to next life, and so on. It's a simple fact that when you sow the seeds of creativity, love, divinity, power, protection within yourself, there are no negative forces which can affect you in any way. Lord Ganesha holds modak, which is Ganesha's favorite sweets, which represents knowledge and wisdom. He also holds a trident. Trident is this Trishula that is also in Shiva's hand. It represents the threefold aspect of creativity, preservation, and destruction. So understand that you are leading your life. So you are not just creating, you have the power to protect it as well. So you have subtle channels within your human body. The three main nerves of your body is Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. So Sushumna is the maintainer of balance within your body. When you do that, you are developing a spiritual force within yourself. And when you keep doing it, your experiences seem to be out of world, but remember, these are just experiences. So you have the power to create your experience, and in the process of doing it, you're manifesting your own reality. And when you keep doing it, there are times when you will get distracted, which could be negative force. You have to slay that and just let it move on from there. So that does not mean you will affect or harm somebody. So your protection goes on to decide how you go ahead and make sure that your creative self emerges from within you. So it's a unending cycle of creation, preservation, and destruction. That's the symbol of trident. So, when we talk about how the entire cycle of life and death moves, how we evolve as a spirit, the first thing is your identification of your negative things which is affecting you. It could be today's karmas, yesterday, previous lives. You have to make sure that you move away from anything which is of the past, which creates negativity in your mind. And when you keep moving towards positivity, what will happen is you will get a chance to maintain a proper balance between what you are and what you wish to be. And when you keep doing it, you will not just move into a spiritual realm of your own, you will also learn the act of true act of sacrifice. So the scripture says that when you give with the right hand, the left hand should not know about it. So understand the fact that sacrifice is something which is of key importance in our lives, not just because it's creating a feeling of gratitude. It's also because when you understand the true value of sacrifice, you become very strong on a mental plane. So don't have to worry about what will be the result of your effort. You just need to remove what affects you. You have to strike a balance. Do whatever you can. Do yoga, do pranayam, worship something which is go to the temple, go to the church, worship your God so that you are able to get that connectivity. When you do that, you strike a balance with Ida and Pingala and Ida. So when you do that, you will be able to maintain a balance of the Sushumna Nadi, which is the nerve which is the most important nerve for balancing your entire life. When you do that, you will gain the courage, strength to make sure that you move towards success, you remain happy as a soul, and you create so much positivity around you that you affect others' lives in a positive way. All right. So that's the message for today. Jai Shri Krishna.